Hello, I have promised to make some videos giving tutorials about how to use the basic features of Power BI for people who are just getting started. But I thought that really the best way to get started before doing those would be to explain to more senior people, to senior managers or even people on the board, why Power BI is such a big deal and why you might consider investing in it. So the tendency when people have not worked with the system before, but they have seen the fancy charts. Let me just show you a couple of them. So this is a dashboard. I can drill through from the dashboard to a report page where I can then see various lovely charts that are all connected together. I can select the US data and see interaction between the different bits of data here. If I go to Australia, I see a different picture. So that's all very clever, but the tendency, as I was about to say, is to think, right, it looks a really good system, so why don't we just take those clever people that we know about in the organisation who have got maths degrees and computer science degrees, we'll take a few of those, we'll train them up to use it, they can use that disused room in the basement maybe, we'll put them in there and then they can just get on with it. Well, that's not going to work. So the reason is that business intelligence, maybe I'll leave a little bit of space, we can have some visual cues here that can remind you what I'm talking about. Business intelligence is intended to be a system that allows organisations to make better business decisions based on facts and data. So if we're going to be able to do that in our organisation, we have to have three things in place, really. We need some good data, preferably in a consistent data warehouse. Now, if you're thinking, oh, well, we can't do that then because we don't have a data warehouse. In practice, a lot of people develop a data warehouse in parallel with setting up their Power BI system. So the two things are often done at the same time. Okay, so we're aiming then to have a nice consistent data warehouse in the background, and then at the front end of the system we need to know what the business questions are that we're approaching. Okay, if we don't know what the business questions are, then we're stuck because we don't know what kinds of charts to create, or what might answer those business questions. And then we use Power BI to join the two things together. So the objective then is to join together data that we're collecting throughout our organisation and the people making the business decisions with some charts that are relevant to them. So rather than taking the clever techie people and putting them in a room on their own in the basement, what we need to try to do is to get a lot of people in the organisation trained up with enough knowledge to be able to at least use Power BI as an end user, to be able to interpret charts that have possibly been made by somebody else, so that when they know what the business questions are, they can click on the charts and it will tell them the answers. So in practice, I find the best way of working with an organisation that is interested in investing in Power BI is to do two different types of training, and there's a really good example of that, a case study I suppose I could draw on that I've been working on recently. This is a financial services organisation. It's multinational but not very big, few hundred employees, and I have been taking them through a lot of one-day dashboard in a day courses, and also Microsoft's official Power BI Data Analyst PL300 course. And the people who are more keen and think they will need more knowledge about how to use Power BI have been sent on the 3-day course, and then people who are just interested to know how it might work and how it might impact their day-to-day work have gone on the dashboard in a day course. When we get lots of people on one or other of those courses, now they can talk to each other with a common language, and they understand how this system can be used as a piece of IT infrastructure that works for everybody. So that's really the best way of setting up a Power BI system. Train as many people as you can throughout the organization gradually to understand how it works. Train some of them enough to be able to use the advanced features, so send them on a 3-day course, set up a data warehouse in the background, and then that will be the start of a wonderful future for your company.